In the heart of Africa, where the red dust of Burkina Faso rises beneath the burning sun, a young man was born, not into wealth, not into power, but into struggle. His name was Ibrahim Traoré. From the beginning, his eyes carried a fire that no hardship could put out. He grew up watching his people suffer, villages forgotten, children without schools, farmers working endless days for almost nothing. And every night, when the wind whispered across the dry fields, he dreamed of a nation that stood tall again. He didn't dream of riches or fame. He dreamed of freedom. As a young man, he joined the army, not because he wanted to fight, but because he wanted to serve. The uniform was more than fabric. It was a promise. In those early days, he was quiet, observant, and fiercely intelligent. He saw the truth, that the country he loved was chained, not by weapons, but by corruption and fear. The people had forgotten their strength. The youth had forgotten their voice. But not him. In the years that followed, Burkina Faso faced wave after wave of crisis. Terrorism spread, villages burned, and leaders failed. The people cried for help, but their cries disappeared into silence, and while others looked away, Ibrahim Traoré stood still, unshaken. He had seen enough. At just 34 years old, he made a choice that would shake the world, a choice that would divide history into before and after. One morning, before the sun even rose, soldiers loyal to the people moved quietly through the capital. The air was heavy with tension. No one knew what the day would bring, only that change was coming. And when the dust finally settled, one name echoed through the streets: Ibrahim Traoré. He was now the youngest leader in the world, but more than that, he was the voice of a new Africa, an Africa that refused to kneel. The world's cameras turned toward him. Reporters called him a rebel. Others called him dangerous. But the people called him hope, because for the first time in a long time, someone was speaking the truth without fear. He stood before his nation, his uniform simple, his voice calm but filled with power. And he said, "We have nothing to lose but our chains. Africa must rise, not tomorrow, not someday, but now." Those words spread like fire across the continent. From Dakar to Kinshasa, from Bamako to Harare, young people began to stand taller. They saw in him not just a soldier, but a reflection of themselves. But the path of a revolutionary is never easy. Enemies appeared from every side, powerful nations, corrupt elites, even some within his own ranks. They said he was too young, too bold, too fearless, but every threat, every lie only made him stronger. He lived simply, refusing luxury, driving himself through the streets, eating with his soldiers. He reminded them that leadership was not about titles. It was about sacrifice. And when asked what kept him going, he said softly, "The love of my people." He began rebuilding, school by school, road by road, dream by dream. He pushed for unity, for self-reliance, for dignity. He reminded Africa that freedom was not given, it was taken, and that true independence begins in the mind. He spoke against neocolonial control, against the exploitation of African soil and souls. And while some trembled before global powers, he stood tall, saying, "If we must die, let it be standing for our land." That moment made him immortal in the hearts of millions, because his courage was not about war, it was about truth. Today, Ibrahim Traoré is more than a leader. He is a symbol, a reminder that a single man with conviction can awaken a sleeping nation, that the youth of Africa are not powerless, that every dreamer, every farmer, every soldier, every student holds the power to change destiny. He once said, "We are the sons of revolution. We do not fear death, we fear silence." And so his voice continues to echo across borders, across generations. Some call him a hero, others a threat, but history will call him what he truly is, the man who dared to believe that Africa could rise again.